Hello everyone, can you hear me? Hello Jean, thanks for joining. Who else is here? Ivan? Yeah, hello Jean. Wow, who's that shopping queen? Thanks for joining. WL friend, hello, thanks for joining. Hi Catherine. Oh, why WL? Why you haven't seen this at 6:55? Ah, okay, Dylan, I see. So that must be your mother's account, is it? Ah, yes. Okay, so usually we will prepare for the live a bit earlier, but because today there are some technical issues, so usually I write on the iPad, right, to show you the solution, but today my Apple Pencil is not working, so I was trying to fix the issue. Yeah, so that's why today we started the live a bit late. Ah, okay, Wenle, okay. Catherine, sorry, Dylan, is it? No, today no Kahoot. Kahoot was for P5 science this week. Yeah, so we will take turns to do the Kahoot amongst the different subjects. Mm. Hello, Pierre. Thanks for joining. Oh, Wenle, you also need pencil for your PDF. Yeah, correct. Yeah, Dylan, wait for math's turn, okay? So math's Kahoot will be 2 weeks later. So this week and last week, if you join our live, you'll notice that the Kahoot is for science this week and last week. But don't worry, it'll be math's turn very soon. Okay, so we will just wait a few more minutes because I see that people are still joining in. Jean, where do I teach at? One of the A graded outlets, yeah, but I won't say which outlet. Ah, yes, Wenle, yes, you're correct. So if you write it out, fractions, it'll be much easier to write out fractions. So today I don't have the Apple Pencil. Later I will have to type it out. Yeah, no choice, huh? Yeah, correct. So I'm using keyboard to type. So I will have a bit of difficulty typing the fractions later. Ah, okay, Dylan, you're going to Tiong Bahru. Today's a rainy day, right? Is it raining at all your houses? It's been raining for the past few hours. YS, you have A grader tomorrow. Okay. At Ang Mo Kio, yes, yeah, heavy rain, correct. Okay, so before we start, you guys can see the sticker on the screen, right? So you can register for our free trial. We will have live webinars every week for P5 and P6 math. Okay, so if you are gonna be P5 next year or P6 next year, okay, you can join this live webinar. I will be teaching this live webinar weekly. Okay, so there's a free trial. You can try it out first. It's absolutely free. Okay, so then let's begin. So today we'll be doing a P5 math end of year revision. So if you are P5 or you're P6, this TikTok session will be suitable for you. Yes, Wenle, every week. The webinar will be every week, Saturday. All right, let's take a look at the first question. Which of the following is 806,013 in numerals? No, there's no Kahoot today. Okay, so you can send in your answers. And then I'll take a look at your answers in the chat. Right, so Pi Wenle, Dylan, yes, Jin, user 745YS, Faisal, Sharik. Yep, good, correct. Okay, so I need to type out the answer. It's going to be a bit slower today. Okay, so 806,000, okay, is like that. Then you're going to add 13. Okay, so I'm going to add 13, then it will become this number here, 806,013. Okay, so like most of you said, the answer should be option 2 in this case. Okay, option 2. So first question quite easy, right? Wenle, you also type most of the time. I prefer to write. I think writing is a bit easier. So you can see that I'm struggling with the typing today. Okay, so then we look at the next question. What is the value of 36,000 divided by 400? Okay, so again, take some time to send your answers. Wow, okay, Pia, you sent me the answer so many times. Don't worry, I can see. Okay, Dylan, I can see also. Don't need to send so many times. Okay, but yes, your answers are correct. Good job. Okay, so what you can do here is when you divide, okay, you can cancel the number of zeros on each side. So I can cancel 2 zeros for each of this number. Okay, so in this case, I will just use 360 divided by 4. Okay, because I already removed 2 zeros from each number, right? So 360 divided by 4, then that will give you 90 as the answer. Okay, yeah, so it's quite obvious. This one is number 2, okay? So please pardon me if the answer is a bit slower today because I have to type today. Everyone okay? First 2 questions are giveaway answer sort of question, right? Okay, then let's look at the third one. Third one, this is a order of operations question which you first learned in P5. Okay, your 4 order of operation. So just to recap, which one should you do first? You have plus minus times divide bracket. So which one should you do first? Okay, so Star Daisy says bracket. Okay, YS and Wenle says bracket. Jin, are you sure you're going to do plus first? Yeah, correct. So bracket is the top priority. Let's do the bracket first, okay? So everything else that I'm not calculating, I will just copy it down exactly the same. So 102 minus 24 divided by, okay, so within the bracket you have 3 plus 1, so you should do that first. Okay, so 3 plus 1 is just 4, so you're done with the bracket. Okay, so then after that, take a look, what are you left with? You're left with a minus, divide, and times. So which one will you do next? Which is your next priority? Okay, so Star Daisy YS says do the division next. Okay, yes, you're correct. So your next priority should be doing the division or the multiplication, depending on which one comes first. So in this question, the division comes first, right? So let's do 24 divided by 4. Everything else, make sure to copy it exactly the same. So 24 divided by 4 is 6. Okay, so next step, you are left with a minus and a times. What should you do next? Okay, Jin, Star, Daisy. Yep, that's correct. Do the times first, okay? So your times is higher priority than your plus and minus. Your plus and minus is always the lowest priority. So we will do the times, okay? So you're gonna do 6 times 2, which is 12. So finally, then you got one last step. What is 102 minus 12? This one you can use mental sums, right? Calculate it quickly. What do you think the answer is? Yeah, Jin, that's right. Okay, good. Yes, Wenle, correct. Faisal, good work. Yep. Okay, so this will be 90. And then your answer would be option 3 for this question. Okay, so I put it there. All following so far? So no choice, I cannot write the divide, so I will use a slash to represent the divide for this session, okay? Wenle can use divide, is it, on the keyboard? Okay. Yeah, but I'm using iPad leh, so the keyboard might be a bit different. Okay, so shall we look at question 4? Which of the following is equal to 5 whole 2 over 5? Yeah, so let's see your answers. Okay, so this question, they give you a mixed number, right? And you're supposed to change it into a decimal. So how do you change fractions to decimal? You got to make sure that the denominator is 10, 100, or 1000. Okay. Right, so in this case, 2/5, okay, you are going to change the denominator to 10. So I will change this to 4 over 10. So 4 over 10, you change it to a decimal, what will 4 over 10 become? Okay, so YS says change to 40 over 100. That's also okay actually. Yeah, but I will change it to 4 over 10. Yes, Dylan, that's correct. So 4 over 10 is 0.4. Yeah, okay, good work. So then after that, you just need to add it to the 5 whole, right? So the 5 whole, you add the 0.4, then you will get 5.4. Okay, so this is option 2. Okay, option 2. Okay, guys, give me like 30 seconds, okay? I think somebody is sending over a new Apple Pencil for me because my one spoiled, okay? 30 seconds. Okay, thank you for waiting. All right, so let's look at the next question. Okay, So next question, you don't need to do any calculations. They're just asking you, what does the digit 6 in 8.567 stand for? Okay, shall I see your answers? Okay, Jean, Peter, yep, correct, good. Wenle, correct. Oh, sorry, I didn't see your message. What is MI? Actually, I don't understand your comment. MI, is it easy to apply into? Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that, sorry. Okay, so over here, 8 is your 8 whole, correct? Then after that, 0.567, that's your decimals. So the digit 5 is in your 10th place, TENTH. Then the digit 6, which comes after that, is in your hundredths place, okay, with a TH. So this will be option 3, right? 600ths with a TH. So whenever you see the TH, it means that it is part of the decimal. Okay, so let me put here, answer is number 3. No need calculations for this question. Okay, the questions are quite easy so far. Okay, then let's look at the next one, angle triangle. Okay, find the area of this triangle. Peter, yes, I'm not using the Apple Pencil yet. Later during the break time, then I try to switch to the Apple Pencil, okay? Yeah, but they just delivered it to me, the new Apple Pencil. Okay, MI means Millennium Institute, I see. I'm not too sure about that. Mm. You do your own research. I mean, you check how many points is needed to enter. Mm. Oh, hello Heidi. Good to see you again. Okay, so let's recap. How do you find area of a triangle? What's the formula that you're supposed to use? Can you guys let me know in the chat box? What is the formula for area of a triangle? Wenle, is it only base times height? Okay, yes. YS, that is correct formula. User 745, correct formula as well. Okay, if you're using sine and cosine, you must be in secondary school. I'm not gonna use that. Let's use the primary school formula, okay? Which is half times base times height, which PR, yeah, okay, Jean, many of you got correct. Thank you for the correct formula. So let's use half times base times height. Now in this case, you're given 3 numbers here, right? Which one is the base, which one is the height? What numbers are the base and the height? Heidi, you're eating outside. Oh, then you're still watching the TikTok while eating. Okay, yes. Thank you for typing in the numbers, all of you. All right. So for this one, you will use 10 and 15 as the base and the height. Okay, because between your base and your height, there must be a right angle, right? So between the 10 and the 15, you got a right angle. Okay, so let me type it down. This will be half times 10 times 15. So can you guys do the calculation? What is half times 10 times 15? What number will you get? Okay, so Naps, Naps, Edwin, yep, that's correct. Wenle, are you sure it's 150? Dylan, yeah, correct. Jin, okay, yes, Wenle, 75. Okay. Okay, so Faisal, why is it 10 times 15? Because 10 and 15 is your base and the height of the triangle. Okay, so then you use half times base times height, which is half times 10 times 15. Yep. Okay, so this one will give you 75 as the answer, which most of you got correct. So this will be option 4, okay, as your answer. Yeah, so look out for a right angle. There has to be a right angle between your base and the height. All good, everybody? I think most of you get everything correct so far, which is excellent. Yeah, so Dylan, you got everything correct, right? Okay, so now let's take a look at the next one. Okay, so the figure here is divided into 20 equal parts. They're asking you what percentage of the figure is unshaded, right? So take some time to solve this question. Clovell, go to every single one of my live, is it? You managed to get 4 for a PSLE? Wow, that's excellent. Good job. Okay, so now this question, I see a lot of 4 and 1. Okay, so do you think it's a 4 or is it 1? Can you read the question carefully, all of you? Is it 4 or is it 1? Some of you got tricked already, you know. Yes, Colonel Blast. Okay, that's a very unique username. Okay, but yes, unshaded. The question is asking you for unshaded, which means it's a white color one, right? So what fraction is unshaded? Do you guys figure that out first? What fraction is unshaded? Who got tricked? Who go and find shaded? Yes, okay. So Colonel Blast, 16 over 20. Thank you. So unshaded fraction is 16 over 20. You write it down first. But the question wants it as a percentage. So you just need to times 100%. Okay, so yes, Bunny, thank you. That's correct. Once you get the fraction, then you times 100% to change it into a percentage. Okay? Okay, what's the percent sign? Okay, here. So what's 16 over 20, then you times 100%? What's the answer? Okay, so here will be 80%. Okay, so this one should be option 1. Those of you who picked option 4 just now, you got tricked. You found the shaded one instead. Yeah, so always read the question very carefully. 80% is the answer, okay? Faisal, you sent me 9 roses. Thank you so much. What are these roses for? They're like gifts or something, is it? Some of you like to spam light, some of you like to send this roses thingy. Okay, yeah. What level math is this? Today's live will be suitable if you're P5 or P6. Mm. Okay, so next one we have an angles question over here. In the figure, line ABC and line DBF, they are straight lines. You are asked to find angle FBE. Okay, take some time to solve this. What do you think the answer is? Okay, Dylan, Wenle, Jin, Captain Oates. Yeah. Okay, you all got the same answer. Okay, yes, Pierre Faisal. Yep, correct. Okay, so can you guys let me know what property you use to solve this question? Because you know in angles there are various properties that you learn, right? For example, angles on a straight line, okay, angles at a point. Yeah, so what property did you use for this question? Okay, so hot fella babe. Okay, yes, your property is correct. Yeah. Wenle, yes, correct. Pierre, correct. So for this question, you use this property called vertically opposite. angles, right? Vertically opposite. So when you have two straight lines that are crossing each other, you can use vertically opposite. So in this case, angle ABD is the same as angle FBC because these two angles are vertically opposite. Okay, so I just need to use 53 degrees minus 25 degrees to get the answer. So you can solve it in one step. And then the answer here should be 28 degrees. So this is option 2. Okay. Wenle, you're keeping track of which message you send, is it? Everybody okay? Jean, will there be a break? Yeah, sure. Usually we will have a 5 minutes break at the midway of the live. Okay, so maybe around 7:30 we'll have a short break. Then you can use the toilet and all that. And then I'll try to fix my Apple Pencil. Okay. Okay, let's look at the next one. Oh, we're at section B already. So we're at the short answer question. Okay, so they're asking you what is the volume of this cube. So what's so special about a cube? For cube, what's so special? You guys are sending me the answer already. YS is a square. Okay, so it's something like a square. It's a 3D square, right? Anything else? What else is special about a cube? Okay, Dylan says all sides are equal. Correct. Star Daisy says is 3D. Yes, it is 3D. Okay, it is the same length, all sides are equal. Yes, okay, everybody's comments are correct. So for a cube, all the sides are equal. So this means that the length, the breadth, and the height of this cube is all 7 cm. Okay, so if you want to find the volume, you use length times breadth times height. Okay, let me write it down. So usually you use length times breadth times height. Okay, but in this case, because the length, the breadth, and the height is all the same, so you can just use length times length times length, okay? So you're going to use 7 times 7 times 7. So those of you who are not done calculating this, can you quickly calculate it to get the answer? Okay, so some of you says it's 7 to the power of 3. Yes, that's correct as well. Okay, good. So this one should be 343 as the answer. 7 times 7, you can do it mentally, right? It's 49. Then you just use 49 times 7. 343 is the correct answer. And take note of the units, it is cm cube, not cm square. Okay, then for part B, we have another volume question. Take a look at this diagram here. So this time it's not a cube, it's a cuboid. A cuboid of height 10 cm has a square base of side 4 cm. What is its volume? So my question is, what does the keyword square base mean? So in the question, when you see square base, what are they trying to tell you? What does square base mean? Okay, so some of you are sending the calculations and the answer is yes, is correct. Yes, P.E., thank you. Same length and breadth, very good. Okay, so that's the answer I'm looking for. Square base means it has the same length and same breadth. So the length is 4 and the breadth is 4. Then after that, you just use the formula length times breadth times height, okay, which I'm going to type now. Okay, so the length is 4, then you times the breadth, which is also 4, and then the height is 10 cm in the picture. So your working should be 4 times 4 times 10. Okay, so YS, Dylan, yes, very good. Correct. Wayne, that's correct. Here, correct. So 4 times 4 is 16. Then 16 times 10, you just add a 0 behind. It becomes 160. So this one actually you can use mental sums. You don't actually need to do the calculation out. 160 is the answer. Everybody okay? Huh? PSLE won't test this type of question. Who knows? It might be a 1 mark question or a 2 mark question. Okay, so it's 7:30 now. Shall we take a short break? Those of you who need to go to the toilet, please do so. Meanwhile, I am going to get my new Apple Pencil and I'm going to try to make it work, okay? Let me go and grab my Apple Pencil. Okay, this is like some unboxing video. Okay, it's not meant to be an unboxing video. Okay. Huh? Wenle do unboxing video. It's just a Apple Pencil. Yeah. Okay, so if this Apple Pencil works, right, then later for the rest of the question, I can write, which makes it so much easier. Huh? Don't give away for Apple Pencil. This one not my one I cannot give it away. Do they know Kahoot? Kahoot will be 2 weeks later for math, okay? Okay, so it's the moment of truth, okay? I'm gonna try see whether my Apple Pencil works. Is there no battery? During Kahoot giveaway Apple Pencil, are you sure? I think we got no budget to give away Apple Pencil eh. Quite expensive, Apple Pencil. Okay, guys, it works. Okay, the new Apple Pencil works. So thankfully, I can write for the rest of the questions later. Yay! Okay, so yay, I have a new Apple Pencil. Okay, so just 2 more minutes for whoever needs to use the restroom, please do so. Have you guys had dinner yet? Wenle, you're waiting for dinner. Ah, okay. Yeah, 7 to 7:30, most people eat dinner about this time, right? I haven't had dinner. I'll have dinner after the live. But I will drink some bubble tea first because I'm hungry. Wayne, what do I like superheroes? You mean movies or what? Like Avengers, Marvel, that kind, is it? You eat and watch live. Ah, okay, Wenle, very good. Okay, we will start in 1 more minute, okay? Wenle, you mean for the Kahoot, is it? Third can get 5 boxes of highlighter. Why do you need 5 boxes of highlighter? Isn't that a bit much? Isn't it better to get like a mix of items? You know, for the gift, maybe you can get a notebook, okay, then highlighter, like different items. You guys want snacks, is it? Oh, okay. I think so far we haven't given out snacks as prizes yet. Are you guys interested in snacks as prizes? You have 5 month holiday, do what? Well, I'm not sure. 5 months is quite long. I mean, you can just do whatever you like. Okay, shall we go through the questions now? Now that I am equipped with a working Apple Pencil. Okay, then with this Apple Pencil, I can actually highlight stuff now. I'm so thankful. Okay, right, let's look at this one, okay? This one is on a rate. The topic is rate. So gear A makes 78 rotations in 6 minutes. Gear B makes 81 rotations in 9 minutes. How many rotations does gear A make in 1 minute? Okay, so let me label this is for gear A first. So first thing, you can just write down the information. 6 minutes, gear A can make 78 rotations. If you want to find 1 minute, what type of calculation are you doing? Are you going to times or divide? Faisal, Catherine, Dylan, Peter. Yep. Okay, so Shar says division. Yep, correct. So on both sides, you just need to divide by 6. So you just use 78 divide by 6 to get the answer. Then that will be 13, which most of you got correct. Yep, YS, that's correct. Wow, you guys, wow, the prices that y'all want is quite expensive. I don't think we got the budget to give you Apple Pencil, Apple Watch, and iPhone, you know. Peter, why I got 5K likes? Oh, okay, I never even noticed. Thanks to whoever spammed the like, okay? Thank you. Okay, then let's look at part B. They're asking you which gear rotates at a slower rate. So you already know gear A, 1 minute can do 13 rotations, but you're not sure about gear B's one, okay? So let's do for gear B. Do the same thing. For gear B, 9 minutes, it can do 81 rotations. So same thing, you want to get 1 minute. Okay, so YS, yeah, it's 9. Very good. So here you're going to divide by 9, okay? So gear B can do 9 rotations in 1 minute. Yeah, so based on this, which one is slower? Is it the one that does 13 or is it the one that does 9? Slower means you should pick the smaller number, right? Okay, so the smaller number is gear B, okay, which only makes 9 rotations in 1 minute. Who say A? But A can do 13 B can only do 9 okay, so it's B, got trick, yeah. Okay, so slower means the smaller number one. Okay, so that was a question on rate. Then let's take a look at the next one, which is you are supposed to list all the common factors of 16 and 36. Okay, so I'll give you some time to work this out. List out the factors of 16 first, then you list out the factors of 36. Then you circle the ones in common, okay? Wow, how come you all do so fast? Colorful bruise. No, this is P5, P6 math. No, not Sec 1, okay? Sec 1 also easy. Okay, so yep, I see all your answers are correct. Okay, so I'm going to list down for 16 first. I will start off with 1 times 16, 2 times 8, then 4 times 4. So these are all the factors of 16. No more already. Okay, then for 36, there's quite a few. So I'm going to start off with 1 times 36 first, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9, and then 6 times 6. Yeah, so there's quite a lot of factors for 36. Okay, now I'm going to circle the ones in common. So 1 is always a common factor. Then there's also 2, there's also 4. So I think that's it, right? There's no more already. So your answer will be 1, 2, 4. There are 3 common factors. Huh? Wayne, what do you mean you miss primary 6 math? Are you not primary 6? Are you in secondary school already? Oh, you're Sec 1 going to Sec 2. Oh, okay. Most of you who are in secondary school, this must be very easy for you. Who's this? I love cats. You're P3 and you understand. Wow, really? Which of these questions are the hardest? Probably the problem sums, which we haven't reached yet. Okay, so next one we have a bar graph question. Wayne, you like bar graph? Okay. Okay, so for bar graph question, first thing you should do is to write down the numbers, right, for each of these months. So let me start off with January. January is 200. February would be 350. March is 400. And April is 250. Okay, so for this bar graph, every gap, okay, is 50. So you plus 50 every time you go up the next line. Okay, so once I'm done with that, then let me look at the question. They're asking for the average number of fans sold from January to April. Okay, so can you guys let me know in the chat box, what is the formula to find average? How do you find average? Okay, so many of you are sending me the final answer. But what's the formula for average that you learned in school? Okay, colorful Bruce says divide. Okay, but what divide by what? Jin says find the total first. Very good. Okay, user 745 says you got to find the total. Then you divide by, okay, yes, the number of months in this question. Okay, very good. So let me write it down. The formula is total divide by number. Okay, so in this case, it's number of months. So right now, I don't have the total yet. Okay, let me find the total first by adding them all together. That will be 200 plus 350 plus 400 plus 250. Okay, so yes, Faisal P.E. says divide by 4. That's correct because January to April is 4 months. So be careful with the calculation. You should have gotten 1,200 as the total. Then you divide by 4. Okay, yes, Dylan, that's correct. So your final answer here should be 300. Yes, why? Wukong, why you ask why? Why means you don't understand the answer, is it? Or what? Okay. Why is it divided by 4? Because there are 4 months, right? January, February, March, April. There are 4 months. So you need to divide by the number of months, okay, which is 4 months. Okay, do you understand why it's divided by 4? Okay, good. Right. Now, next one, we have a question on time. Okay, so over here we have Gareth, who drove from Singapore to Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur is in Malaysia. How many of you have been to Kuala Lumpur? It's quite a popular place to go, right? Dylan, you've been to Kuala Lumpur? Pi also, yeah. Wenle, not you, is it? Okay. When you went to JB? Yeah, because JB is nearer. Kuala Lumpur is is a bit further. You can take a plane or you have to drive quite far. Yeah. Okay, so Kuala Lumpur is in Malaysia. He left Singapore at 8:10 a.m. He thought that he would take 5 hours 15 minutes to reach Kuala Lumpur, but he arrived 45 minutes earlier in the end. So you need to find out what time he actually reached there. Okay, so many of you are telling me, oh, where you went to? You went to Batam, went to Desaru. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so I'm going to show you the answer through a timeline, okay? So this is 8:10 a.m. So I will go forward by 5 hours 15 minutes first. So 5 hours later, that would be 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Okay, so 5 hours later, it will be 1:10 p.m. Then another 15 minutes later, that will be 1:25 p.m. So he was supposed to reach at 1:25 p.m. But he reached earlier. So should we go forward or should we go backwards from 1:25 p.m.? What does it mean by he reached earlier? Forward or backward? Okay, yes. So Wukong, Wenle, Wayne says, yeah, go backwards. Mhm. So for the timeline, 1:25, I will write it at the front so that I can go backwards by 45 minutes. Okay, so my 45 minutes, I'm going to split it up into 25 minutes and 20 minutes. So from 1:25, you go backwards by 25 minutes, then that will be exactly 1 p.m. Then you go backwards some more by another 20 minutes, that will be 12:40 p.m. Okay, so that's the answer for this question, 12:40 p.m. Okay, so I think this question is quite accurate. You do need about 4 hours to 5 hours to reach Kuala Lumpur by driving. But if you take a plane, it's only 1 hour. Okay. Is this foundation math? No, it's not. It's a standard math. We won't be going through any foundation math papers. P6 or P5? This one is P5. Mm. Okay. Right. Let's move on to the next question. This one is an angle question. You are given a rectangle ABCD, and then you have a square AEFG. So this square and this rectangle, they are overlapping each other, right? Okay, then they tell you that angle GAB is 125 degrees. So angle GAB I've highlighted for you in blue is an obtuse angle. Yes, this is considered a past year paper, okay, format. But the questions of course are edited lah. Yeah. So first thing is that for a corner of a rectangle, that is a right angle, 90 degrees. So I will use the 125 degrees, then I minus the right angle. I will get 35 degrees. Okay, so let me point it over here. 35 degrees is actually angle GAD. So after you find out angle GAD, then you can take a look at this triangle here. For angles within the triangle, they add up to 180 degrees, right? So within this triangle, you notice that you already know two of the angles. One of it on the top is 35 degrees, and then at the bottom left is a right angle, so that's 90 degrees. So you are able to find angle Y. Based on the property, angles in a triangle adds up to 180 degrees. Okay, so my next step will be using 180 minus 90 minus 35. Okay, so this will be 55 degrees as your answer. Yeah, which most of you did get correct. Okay, so this one is angles in a triangle. Is it a straight line? Well, if you're referring to the side of the rectangle or the side of the square, then yes, it will be a straight line. Okay, Dylan got all correct so far. That's great. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. Read the question first, okay? A bookshelf can hold a maximum of either 36 small books or 24 big books. There are already 6 small books on this bookshelf. So at most, how many more big books can the bookshelf hold? Peter, for the previous question, is it compulsory to reference the angles, is it? Depends on your school. Yep. Depends on how strict your school is. Okay, so please attempt this question. Let me see your answers in the chat box. Okay, I'm seeing quite a few of you say that the answer is 4. Okay, so those of you who say it's 4, right, you are halfway there. You just need one more step to get the correct answer. Huh? What AL is 46 over 50? It's a AL1 if I'm not wrong. AL1 or AL2. Yeah. Yeah, it's a AL1. Yeah. Okay, so let's go through this question. Now, based on the first sentence, it can either put 36 small or 24 big books. So you can write that the weight of 36 small books is equals to the weight of 24 big books. Okay, so that's your first working step. Now, after that, there are already 6 small books. So let me find out what 6 small books is equals to. How would you go from 36 small books to 6 small books? You need to divide by 6. Okay, so on the other side, I will divide by 6 as well. This will give me 4 big books. So there are already 6 small books, and you know that this 6 small books is actually equals to 4 big books. Okay, so you treat it as if the bookshelf has 4 big books. Then how many more big books can it put? The maximum is 24 big books. You treat it as if there's already 4 big books. So you can only put 20 more big books. Okay, so that's the answer. Yeah, 20 is the answer. So most of you did get it correct. Wayne, Wenle, YS, yep, correct. Ah, okay. Meow. Yeah, that's correct. It's okay. No worries. Take your time to understand. So basically, you just need to replace the 6 small books, replace it with the 4 big books. Because the question is asking you for big books, so you got to focus on the big books. Everybody okay with this question? Yeah? Peter, we're supposed to end by 8 o'clock. Yeah, I think should be able to end on time. Yeah, let's move on to this problem sum. I'll read the question, okay? Mr. Lim had a sum of money at first. He gave 2/5 of it to his wife. He gave 3/4 of the remainder to his 2 children. Each child received the same amount of money. Mr. Lim then saved the rest of his money. He managed to save $378. So how much did he give to each of his children? Ah, okay. So some of you say don't like problem sum. Okay, so give you some time to solve it. What should your answer be? Huh? Wenle, problem sum is a problem. It's a problem for a lot of students. Yes, you're right. Wow, Faisal, that's quite quick. You send in your answer so fast. Okay, good. So I can see that some of you have managed to solve it already. Let's go through this quickly. Okay, now actually, right, for this question, the fastest way to solve it is to think of it this way. He gave 3/4 of the remainder to his 2 children. So he is actually left with 1/4 of the remainder, and that is what he saved. He actually saved 1/4 of the remainder. And you know that he managed to save $378, right? So this means that 1/4 of the remainder is actually equals to $378 that he saved. So based on this, you can find out what 3/4 of the remainder is. Because remember, he gave 3/4 of the remainder to his 2 children. So that's what I'm trying to find now, 3/4 of the remainder. So I just need to times 3 like this. That will give me $1,134. Okay, so 3/4 of the remainder is 1134. And this is what he gave to his 2 children. So if you want to find one child, you just need to divide by 2, isn't it? Okay, so let's use 1134 divided by 2. The answer for this question is 567. So some of you might have used a different method. You use a longer method. This is actually the fastest way to solve it. Okay, so this is a very rare question where you don't have to use one of the numbers in the question, because usually you need to use all the numbers in the question. But for this question, just nice, there is a shortcut. Okay, Kiwi don't understand, is it? Because he gave 3/4 of the remainder to his children, so he's left with 1/4 of the remainder. That is what he saved for himself. Okay, so that's what he saved, 1/4 of the remainder. So 1/4 of the remainder is the $378 that he saved. Okay, Wenle, you want to know where the method marks is it? Okay, so this is a 3-mark question. You can get M1 here. Okay, another M1. And then your final answer is worth 1 mark. Answer 1 mark. Okay, Jean, where do you get 1/4, is it? Because you use 1 whole minus 3/4. That's how you get 1/4. Because let's say this is your remainder, right? Okay, wait, let me shift it down. Let's say this is your remainder, right? So you know that he gave 3/4 of the remainder to his children. So then you can see that he has 1/4 of the remainder left which he saved. Yeah. So that's how I got the 1/4 here. Yeah. Okay, Jin. So some of you use model. That's also fine. Yeah. But it's definitely longer. All right. So let's look at our last problem sum here. A sofa costs $1,850. That's the original price. So Barry bought it during a sale and then he got a discount of 30%. So what was the discounted price? So originally, it's supposed to be 100%, right? But because you get a discount of 30%, so I will use 100% minus 30% equals to 70%. That means that Barry only needs to pay 70%. So I will use 70% and write it as a fraction. Then I times the original price. Okay, so this one is 1295, which most of you got correct. Yeah, okay, so 70% times the original price. Remember to put the dollar sign, okay, for this question. Okay, then this is our very last question. Barry had to pay 9% GST. Why? Because he's living in Singapore, so he got to pay GST. Okay, so he has to pay GST on the discounted price. So how much did he pay for it in the end, including the GST? Okay, so take some time to calculate this. CY, are you sure that's your answer? Who's this? Asuri, is it? Asuri, 116.55 is not the answer. Okay, Dylan, Jin, yeah, that looks correct to me. Okay, so Asuri, yes, now is correct. Okay, so if he had to pay 9% GST, so at first is 100, right? Then he got to pay 9%. So he needs to pay 109% in the end. So you can just use 109 over 100, then you times the discounted price. Now take note, do not multiply the original price because the question already say you have to use the discounted price. So you times 1295. Okay, so that will give you the final answer 1411.55. 1411.55. Yeah, that's the correct answer. Oh, how come I can read Korean words? Yeah, I can read a bit of Korean. Like basic alphabets. Yeah. Okay, so most of you did manage to get this answer. Good job. All right, so that is our last question. Okay, so I hope you guys benefited from the live. And wait, let me show you all again. Okay, so if you're P5 or P6 this year and you want to join our weekly webinar, there's a free trial. Feel free to sign up. I will be the one teaching the webinars. Okay, so every Saturday we will have the webinars. Okay, so then that's all. Then I'll see you all next Friday for live. Okay, so next Friday will be P5. Okay, bye everybody. Please have your dinner and enjoy your weekend. Yes, PR, you're welcome. Bye bye. I'll see you all next Friday. Thanks for all the likes and the roses. I appreciate it. Okay, bye bye. Go and have your dinner, everybody. Bye.